What's going on, guys? This is Jared with the Columbia Watch Society. Today we're going to be talking about two models from the Fellman watch company that we have here. Cool, let's get into it. Alright, so we have two models from the Fellman watch company we're going to be looking at today. One is called the Rocky, one is called the Teton. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. My southern accent gets the best of me occasionally, but we'll be okay. So if you were to receive a Fellman watch, this is what you'd get. In the introduction I showed this. This is the box it comes in. It's just a simple cardboard box, and they encourage you to burn it after use, which kind of ties in with their philosophy and also their models. Just simplicity, minimalist, functionality, robustness, made to be treated like a tool, which is pretty awesome. So the box, of course, will be wrapped up. You'll have some paper shavings in there, simple. With each watch you get two bands, straps. You get one on the watch and then one comes extra with it, and you also get these Allen wrenches. You get two of these little Allen wrenches, which are actually to remove the bars, which would normally be where the spring bars go, but it's a very strong, rigid bar that holds your straps and bands on. Anyhow, so before I get into each model, I won't spend a ton of time on each one, but just so we can cover some specs, their whole line of about 7 or 8 watches, models I mean, are all the specs are nearly the same, or exactly the same, with exception to some case finishing and dial designs. So the rest is going to be the same. So what we're looking at with the specs here are they are all stainless steel cases. The case size across is 38.5, then lug to lug is 48.5, and then the thickness is 9.75, so it really slips under your sleeves, and whether that be a collared shirt sleeve or sweatshirt, whatever, what have you, these are really versatile little watches. Each of them have a sapphire crystal, an anti-scratch resistant, well, I guess it wouldn't be anti-scratch resistant, maybe scratch resistant sapphire. And the case finishes will either be PVD, as you can see here. We're going to look at this one. This is the Rocky, which is a PVD finish. This white dial is has a bead blasted case. Another two case finishings that you can that Fellman Watch Company offers. You get 100 meters water resistance with each one, and each one comes with Swiss quartz. It's actually a gold-plated Swiss quartz Harley Ronda 763 with 5 jewels. They are all hand assembled in the United States of America, more specifically in Arizona, and you get a 5-year limited warranty through Fellman Watch if bought direct from there. We just came out with a written review, which is going to dive into the company, the founder, whose name is Tyler. It's a family company. You'll see more of that. Please read the review, because we usually go a little more in depth with the written reviews, the articles, than we do with the videos. Excellent family company, excellent people. We've been in touch with them several times. It's a pleasure to talk to Tyler. I haven't personally, but our founder has a time or 2, 3, 4. Great family company. Do a lot in their community there, where they're at, and just build some really no nonsense watches. Just really proud to have a couple of these on hand. Anyway, we'll get into each model now. Okay, so we'll start with the model called the Teton. Fellman Watch Company Teton. As you can see, it's a white dial with just what I call just plain line bar markers. You may call them something different. This model has a bead blasted case All the case designs are the same, like I said earlier. The only differences are the case finishing and your dials. And of course, you know, different straps you can get. Anyhow, the Teton is a personal favorite of mine. I think most of the handsets are the same. You have like a little pop of red right there, but that's pretty much the only color you're going to get on the dials, which I personally think is quite gorgeous. And then the contrasting tips on the minute and hour hand. Now, none of these dials on any of these models have any lume applied on anything. But the way that they design the dials and the contrast that they use with the handsets and the dials up next to each other in low lighting situations, my personal testimony is that it works very well to see in low lighting just because of the contrast used. And also kind of going with the theme of the company with simplicity and legibility, the most of the case is the dial. As you can see, it's just huge, and it's well, it's not huge at 38.5, but it actually wears quite large. But that really helps with the legibility of these watches in most any situation, as you look through the sapphire there. Let's see, the crowns are all signed. The PVD coating is a little harder to see, but you can see the Fellman logo there. And while I'm here on the side, you can see where the Allen wrench fits right here on the drilled lugs. The bar is quite thick here between the lugs, and it's a 20 millimeter lug. I didn't mention that before, but all the lug sizes are 20 millimeter, so you can interchange bands pretty easily between different models. So you take the Allen wrenches, you get two, and you put one in each side and then turn against one another, and the bar comes out of one side and you get a little Allen wrench screw coming out of the other. So it takes a little bit longer to change than a spring style bar, but I mean, the rigidness is unbelievable. The bars are quite thick. The case back has their emblem on it, their logo, excuse me, and a couple other things. Talks about the water resistance. The first edition run, which is what this one is, and talks about the sapphire on the front. This one came to us with a leather band. It actually smells like an old baseball glove I used to have, and just got really nostalgic when I smelled it. No, it's kind of freaky, but seriously, like it just adds to the experience of having different watches and relating them to your own life, you know. So anyway, I'll jump into the next model, which is the Rocky. Okay, so this is the Fellman Watch Company Rocky, and you can automatically see it's a stark difference from the other one, with a PVD finished case rather than the bead blasted. Again, it has all the same specs: 38.5 distance across, sapphire crystal, 100 meter water resistance, all that, but with a matte black dial, and you have the opposite contrast with black with white tips. I'm telling you, like you can see in the video here, it's a very stark contrast, which again, incredibly legible. You have the Arabic numerals around the dial here. No date on all of their models at this time, but the 12369, they're all enlarged a bit, and I think that's somewhat of a bead blasted or brush finished on the numerals, which is pretty gorgeous. This one's a little hard to take pictures of, honestly, because it wants to really glare at you in certain lights, but there is a bit of AR coating on these, if you were wondering. So still the same profile, all the same cases. The emblem or the logo is really hard to see on this one, as well on the case back. I'll take the band off here really quickly on the Rocky, so you can see these bars are they're manly, really, like they're strong, which again adds to the simplicity, the utilitarianism, a feel that I have for this watch. And just the simplicity, no nonsense type, you know, use this as a tool type thing. So that's it. This is the Rocky. I'll put the the Teton up next to you so you can get one last look. That's it. Very simple, very clean. I'm telling you, at the price point that these are at right now, it's really worth having them, maybe even worth having one of each. And there are some different model styles. Check them out on FellmanWatch.com. They also had a Kickstarter page as well. And again, in our written article on ColaWatch.com, we'll have much more in-depth information about the company, the models, a link to their website and such. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching.